This week on the Kokomo Press Podcast, we talk about dicks, both our own and the sporting goods store.
We talk about Roe versus Wade, and we also talk about my trip to the Children's Museum for the adult night.
We react to the FDA banning the JUUL, and also I find out what a pillow princess is.
Ooh. We talk about all this and more on the Kokomo Press Podcast.
Warning, this video contains adult content not suitable for children.
What's up? It's the Kokomo Press Podcast. I'm Jordan Granger, and today I'm joined by Cortni.
Oh, Cortni.
No, I'm just kidding. Every week we're gonna do Brian West. Brian, I thought you were some other dude. Who are you this week?
I found myself. I'm back on the medicines. I know who I am again.
It's been a really weird week as far as everything that's been going on. So, of course, we get to talk about the only two things we can talk about because of this is Pride Month still, and now you can be happy and prideful, but also you can't kill your baby or your fetus or whatever. You know, you never know how to say it now. I don't know how to say it. Depending on who's in the room. So, Cortni, this is your topic. I'm just kidding.
Please don't do that
No,
to
I'm
me.
just kidding.
I have literally tried to keep to myself about all of this because I don't like having opinions on things that I don't really know a lot about. Like,
I tried to come up with like a cool session where I'm like, we'll call it like Off the Record with the Kokomo Press guys. And like Off the Record with Cortni, and she's like, just so you know, I'm killing all my babies, and
Yes.
that was Off the Record with Cortni. Nobody can quote.
They're
it 'cause it
already
was off the
alive.
record. No, they're already alive.
they've already been born, and I'm gonna get an abortion now.
Quick segue. We're gonna go ahead and we got Harvest Fest 8 coming up. Don't forget that we still do have this coming up. So you guys keep a lookout for this, and we might have something else in a couple weeks coming up that we've been talking
Something
about.
is confirmed that has to do with stand-up comedy. Something is good to go. I just haven't. We haven't got all of our ducks in a row as far as headliner and thing like that. So there will be definitely an update very soon.
Yeah, and you guys, we will keep you updated on that, but we are going to have a little bit more going on here, and so be excited for that. And then let's talk a little bit about this React video. You guys check that out, and also check out Caitlin Meyer's Creative Spotlight. We're still kind of promoting these things, so check them out if you're interested in anything like that, because I am.
Listen, I want to equate the TikTok video.
Yeah,
is that I'm gonna put it in your guys' head. It's your uncle. Your uncle that's a cool uncle, but he's just not into that shit. He's just not into it.
Yeah,
and he watches
exactly.
it, and he gives you a piece of his mind, and I enjoy that. I've watched it. I think.
Did you finally watch
twice?
it?
Yeah, I watched it once with like a minute and 45 seconds to go, and then the kids got me, and I got busy, and then I went and rewatched it again, and I was like, I laughed more the second time than I watched it.
Talking about the TikTok video thing.
Yeah, the React.
Yeah, there's TikTok React. You can kind of see. I look really like that was a literal reaction to one of the videos. I can't remember which one it was, and I just took it off there because I was like, yeah. But anyway, yeah, there were some weird ones, Cortni. So I got to do another. I'm gonna do another
There's
one.
so many
soon.
more, and I keep sending them to
I know,
you,
I've
and
got
you're
like
not ever
40.
watching them.
There's like 45 of them on there, and I got to watch them. I got to get rid of the old ones.
They're great.
Yeah, they're good though. They're pretty crazy. Also, this week is unofficially sponsored by Smirnoff Ice Neon Lemonades. Go out to your local Souplies and get yours today. We've got peach.
I got blue raspberry,
and I'm over here rocking the ice pineapple lemonade. And then there's also that's just the regular pink. So check them out.
They didn't tell me we had another unofficial sponsor alcohol again, so I drank a bunch of coffee. So I'm not like too into it. It's good, but I'm not like chugging it or anything like I did last week.
It tastes just like a peach though.
Or
It literally does. It's like tastes more like peach than any peach thing I've ever. I've eaten peaches and it tastes more like peach.
blue raspberry is my favorite everything.
Oh, you've eaten
so.
some peaches.
Moving to the country, gonna eat me a lot of. I remember when I first heard that song, somebody's like, "That's about pussy." Did you know that's about pussy?
It's some peaches, man.
I did not know that.
You didn't know that was this whole time.
Yeah.
Cordy didn't know it was about pussy. Yeah, it's supposed to be about pussy. Eating some country peach, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Also,
I get it now.
throwing this randomly out there. Happy birthday, Jacob. This is me and Jacob. We're little. It's his
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Jacob.
He's the only benefactor of the podcast besides us. So he gets a shout out for that. Yeah. That's him. He's 30 something. I don't really do math very well.
Which one is you?
The cute one. I'm just kidding.
He's not happy with our stock trade, but
Yeah,
as far as,
he's not appreciative. You can kind of see he's the blonde one. I'm the
Oh, yep, I see it now.
That's me and then him.
Oh, I definitely knew right off the bat. Jordan
We
was
were
cute
dying.
face.
We were fucking rolling because he was putting glasses on Big Bird. We're like, holy shit, this is hilarious. And Jacob's like, I'm fucking doing it, guys. I'm fucking putting glasses on Big Bird. Nobody's gonna fucking stop me. So I just wanted to give him a shout out because I know he's gonna watch.
The vintage couch that everybody's grandma had.
Oh yeah, well, my favorite part is like the super dirty stuffed animal. Like, that stuffed animal has seen some shit. Like that, there's cum on there somewhere. There has to be.
That was like 1982.
Yeah, it was like 82. I was born in 87, but yeah, pretty close. It's from 82. But yeah, I think there's a person over here too. I don't know if you guys saw. I'm gonna bring it back up just because I don't know who this is, but there's a person over here that's creeping me the fuck out right now. See that person? Who is this?
It looks like an ant or something.
That looks that's our biological father.
Oh, I see the face now.
Yeah, you didn't see it before. That's what I'm saying. There's a literal face in there. Somebody threw themselves in that picture. Like
Is
we
it
can
really
cut
your
them out.
It's one of those.
No, we have different dads, and they're not neither one of them are great.
It's one of those pictures where you take the picture and then a face is popped up in it, so it's actually a ghost.
Yeah, it's creepy. Except for that person has flesh. That's the only thing.
Ghosts could have flesh.
Can they? You tell me about ghosts there, lady. You know a little bit
Ghosts.
too much about ghosts.
Fleshy ghosts.
Speaking of ghosts, you want to give us a little bit of insight on what happened at the right here?
Oh yeah, we went to the adult night at the Children's Museum.
So I saw that, and another shout out for Jacob. Jacob loves Scooby Doo. It's his favorite.
I also love Scooby Doo, and I made my pants.
Yeah. You look like I've seen you dress up like
Velma.
Then
That's
you dress
what
up like
Annie's
Shaggy.
wearing, my Velma costume. I
And you
was
dress up
Annie's girl. Annie is Jessica, my cousin's girlfriend, and then Stephanie and Nichelle.
Yeah, I didn't really watch it all.
You
Also,
should have watched the videos.
Jessica, happy Pride. I see her. Just kidding. Happy Pride to you too, but just kidding. No, I just thought it was cool that you guys all went together as a group. You guys like half dressed up and did the thing, and that seems fun.
Well, they're dressed up. It's just they dressed up as like 70s.
Oh,
We dressed up as characters.
70s.
And Jessica's wearing my shirt because I own like 50 Scooby-Doo shirts.
Let's go ahead and see. Here's you pretending to be a model.
Yeah.
You're like, hey guys, look at me.
If you've
I'm in a
ever been to the
bathroom.
Children's Museum, it's fun when you have kids, but it's like 10 times more fun when you don't have kids and there's alcohol served.
That's what I always say about Chuck E. Cheese.
Yeah.
It's way more fun than going
Yeah.
there and put stuff in your mouth.
You know, not to change the subject. I just found out what a pillow princess was the other day.
What is
I never
that?
knew what a pillow-
You don't know what a pillow princess is?
No, I need to. I've seen pillow pants from
Pillow
fucking-
princess. Pillow princess is basically a woman that she just wants one thing and just take care of that. You're eating out. That's it.
That's not a pillow princess.
What is it then?
That's a pillow princess if you're a lesbian.
I googled it.
A
What's
pillow princess is somebody that won't do any work. Like they just want to lay there.
Oh, that's cool.
That
though.
makes sense. I mean, it still works.
Yeah.
A pillow princess. So like
Yeah.
every woman. Okay, cool. I'm just kidding.
Yes, every
I'm just
woman.
kidding. Every woman just.
Didn't
sits
you
there.
tell me that women can't be good because they're all just holes?
Hey, I'm
Listen, I'm not saying. Sorry.
Hey,
we're
I'm a
flipping
pillow
out.
prince. I just want my yard mode, okay? That's it. That's all I want.
That was really loud. Sorry, we like clipped the. My headphones are like We're all laughing at the same time, so the mics are like giving up. No, I'm sure I said some sexist shit like that, but that's because I'm sexist. Listen, I love women. I just can't love more than one at a time. If I have one woman in my life, I'm like, yeah, I'm no longer like my mother. Just
Pillow
kidding. Pillow princess. It makes sense though, because it's like a woman that's like laying there, doesn't want to get up, just laying on the pillow. That's assuming there's a pillow.
That's
dude.
like Nicole. They should just call it Nicole Kidman. That's exactly what she's doing. It's like that's all she does.
She phones it in.
Yeah, just
Watching her before every movie makes me want to throw my fucking phone out the window and leave.
she's like a celebrity crush.
For real? Nicole
Eyes
Kidman?
Wide Shut, dude. When I watched that movie, I was like going through puberty, and I watched that movie, and it was on my dad's pay-per-view box,
Yeah,
the
yeah.
one that free, and I just like it drove me into a madman. I was like crazy.
So tell me
It's
what
like,
Tom Cruise does for you.
Yeah. Oh, Tom Cruise too, man. He's
He's a sexy man. Don't be knocking stuff down,
Fuck
Courtney.
that
God
guy.
damn it. You're not gonna. Why don't you like him?
because he fucked and is weird and
Why don't you like
ruined
Tom
Katie
Cruise?
Holmes' life, and then Jamie Foxx saved that shit.
Yeah. Then he broke up with her too.
Yeah, he's like, Tom, you were right, man. No.
He was like, he's now a fucking whatever they call those people. I can't remember the name of it. What is his religion? Isn't it? Really
Oh, it's
weird?
Scientologist.
Scientologist. Yeah, cosmetologist.
Cosmetologist.
Cosmetologist. He goes to Rue Day's School for Beauty. Salon 21, bitch. No, I'm just kidding. Imagine if he was a cosmetologist. Anyway, we got one more photo for you guys from the Scooby-Doo exhibit at the Indianapolis Children's Museum, and this
It was
is
worth it though. It was neat.
adults drawing dicks.
Cortni.
You can.
Kids.
Oh yeah, it was so fun. They had face painting, and they had this station at the dinosaur area, and you draw a dinosaur, and you scan it, and then it comes up and it moves.
That
I don't
girl's
know.
got a big ass head.
I don't know who that is.
She got a big old
So
forehead.
mine is the green one that is covered in blood.
Oh, okay.
Nichelle's is the one with the boobs and the dicks.
Okay, that's this one.
Stephanie's is the one in the back, the
Okay.
little one up at the top. Hers is also covered in dicks.
Okay.
So we went to the Children's Museum and drew dicks on everything.
Okay.
And the kids are seeing this stuff?
No, there's no kids.
okay.
No
It's
kids
just
allowed.
adults.
Yeah, so if you guys ever want to do an adult night, we have a great idea for an adult night. If anybody in Kokomo wants to do an adult night, we have a great idea for one, and apparently they're using it in Carmel. I saw
Yeah.
that.
Hey, I just want to say that although I love flattery and stuff, I like read it over and over again. They're really not silly. They're doing what I think somebody probably had that idea themselves, because if you read ours was like off the wall, kind of funny. Theirs is actually like legit, and there's no strippers going around selling.
But is it supposed to be
Jello
funny or
shots.
is it real?
No, it's legit.
Yeah, but
Okay.
here's the thing: are they going to get the Peaceful Kings and the Flying Toasters? Because if not, then what's the fucking point, really? I mean, we got to listen to that.
Seriously, and I just want to let
Weren't
everybody
they
know the
mad?
Flying Toasters,
Yeah, they were cool. Flying Toasters were mad. They were,
kind of dickheads.
they were mad. Peaceful Kings were like cool about it, and then
Oh yeah, Brad loved the shit.
Ian threw a shot at him, and then they were like, "I loved
Ian's
it."
Ian.
That was hilarious.
Ian always does that, and then Ian's
Dude,
like,
he's like, my bad,
cordial, yeah.
my bad, man. He's like, I'm gonna throw. He hit me with one a while back because he said somebody hated the Crying Jordan meme, so I posted a Crying Jordan meme, and then he was like, "Fuck you," and I was
Yeah,
like,
he went
"Damn,
off
he got
on
mad."
you, yeah.
But now we're cool, so it's like, I'm like,
out
sometimes
to
you have
Ian.
shout out
Love you,
Ian, man. He and I both got some terrible news this week, that really affect because it comes in threes. You know, everybody
Your
knows
balls have cancer too.
yeah. No, like terrible information, like terrible things that happen come in threes. First off, we know about Roe v. Wade. Let's go ahead and throw that. I'll throw that up here real quick so we can at least throw that out so people know. Roe v. Wade was overturned and eliminated the constitutional right to an abortion. That was the first bad thing that happened. And then the next thing that happened was, let me pull it up. Whoa. They took our fucking JUUL. Dude, they took JUUL away. And then the
Where
worst.
did they take it?
I don't know where they fucking took it
It's in
to.
a facility.
And then the third
All
thing-
government officials are smoking them now.
I don't have a graphic for it, but the third thing is Stavros Halkias left Cumtown. He's no longer a part of the Cumtown podcast.
Are you being?
Yeah,
oh,
me
for real?
and Ian are going to be heartbroken. I'm sure he's heartbroken.
Why did he leave?
Which one is
Creative
he?
differences? or-
He's the big chubby one with the half bald head with missing the tooth for a while.
Was he the
Oh.
funniest?
No, but he brought such a he was like their Cortni. You know what I mean? Like he brought so much like he was also hilarious. So like, you're funny. I'm not saying you're not funny. It's not like, oh, she's not funny. He's not funny because he's hilarious. But he's not the butt of the joke. But he's like the one that like is the moral one. Like he'll be like, no. He's the one that always stops Nick from saying the worst shit.
Speaking about Cortni, this is her last week.
Oh yeah, this is our
She's
last
done.
week.
Bye,
This is-
guys.
She's off the show.
They
Yeah,
kicked
we're
me
kicking
off.
her off. No, actually, it's brain cancer. I'm just kidding. Damn it.
Don't tell people
I'm just kidding.
that.
I'm just kidding. She's a woman, so probably. I'm just kidding. Or am I?
I hate you.
Yeah, but I mean, like,
I'm not bringing
do any
alcohol
of us?
next
So, is it just when you say JUUL, like the Mr. Fogs are still?
I think the
in
fogs are still
circulation?
around. You can still use views. I don't know why the JUUL in specific.
Nobody uses JUUL anymore anyway.
Yeah, like, I mean, I heard some people getting upset about it. I saw it. I mean, obviously, come and take this shit. Come and take it, motherfuckers. What are you going to do? So I think that's interesting.
You know, this is kind of low hanging fruit, but the singer JUUL needs just to get in the tobacco biz and just.
Yeah.
make
Oh,
her
there's a
own
JUUL concert
JUULs.
at Roth coming up.
Fuck yeah, I
Yeah.
would go to that, and like she could just hawk them off as JUULs. And then
Yeah, and then I saw.
shape as little guitars.
I just wanted people to know we did. JUUL's really near and dear to us. We did have this going on.
Damn mask on right now.
No, COVID's not even real. What is this? They should make a JUUL of it, though.
Well, who's gonna save your soul? It's gonna be me.
like
Sorry, you had to watch
embarrassing
yourself. It's
to
embarrassing to watch back. I love it. It's one of my favorites.
I've got feedback from like so many people. Like, dude, we love that skit. We love the things that you guys saying, and it's
Yeah.
hilarious. And then like I watch it myself. I'm like, Jesus
Cringe.
Christ.
Dude, it's shot so well. Matty Kroll. He always
dude.
gets a shout out every week. Matty Kroll shot.
When you posted it, I was with Matt, and he's like, "That was my debut filmographer or
It's
whatever."
good.
It's a crime that we haven't shot much more with
Yeah,
them.
we're
It
going
really
to.
is. I
We're
know we
going
are.
to.
I know
A
we
lot
are.
of it has to do with just our schedules are all shit together. So
And then you and I got a week off. And
yeah.
we're gonna get on top. You will be seeing some content, or at least some ideas for some new content here soon.
Yeah, we're gonna work hard on some stuff. We definitely have a lot. The thing about us is I cleared the board, so we have plenty of ideas. But there's so much coming down the pipeline for what we're doing. So just keep checking us out. Keep seeing what we're doing.
Right now, our wardrobe budget is it's being looked at right now, pretty much. And once that gets passed, you guys are gonna see a lot more stuff. We're doing a lot more.
Courtney,
things.
sign the fucking checks. That's all we're saying.
I'm sorry.
The lion, the
Sorry.
witch, and the wardrobe. Is that?
Yeah.
We got.
I'm telling you, I
gotta
will pick
plan
your
those.
outfits.
The Ryan White shit
I've
is
got
coming.
clothes.
The Ryan White shit.
The Brian, the bitch, and the JordHoe. I'm just kidding. I'm sorry. Courtney had to take the worst one there.
What?
The Brian, the bitch, and the JordHoe. Yay.
Why do I always?
How about I
get
be the
that?
JordHoe? Does that help?
Okay.
JordHoe.
JordHoe.
Mix.
The Lion Brian. Flying Brian.
Flying
Wasn't that
Brian,
wasn't that a
baby.
wrestler?
Flying Brian Pillman.
Yeah.
He was.
I remember when he almost got shot, or he had the gun, or whatever that's. I remember that
Stone
whole
Cold,
story.
yeah.
We haven't talked about wrestling. in a
then
while,
Brian
so-
had the
yeah,
gun. Yeah,
I-
Brian had the
I
gun.
was just talking about how
Yeah.
we hadn't mentioned wrestling in a while.
Yeah.
Brian Pillman had the gun.
Yeah.
Stone Cold
Pillman.
came in and came.
I can't believe they did that on TV.
That was awesome. That was huge for that time.
Yeah, it was like a big deal. Nowadays you can't do anything about guns unless you go to a school. I digress. Come and take it. I'm just kidding. There was a weird court ruling about Miranda rights too. Did you guys see that one?
Mm-mm.
Apparently, cops can no longer be sued for not giving you your Miranda rights. So,
Jesus.
so
Yeah,
they
I
still
saw that.
technically are supposed to give them to you, but they can no longer be sued. They just there's been a lot of weird decisions lately, and
Wasn't
I'm not.
there something that they redid about gun safety? Something.
Yeah, they ruled. I think it was, and I could be wrong, so don't kill me in the comments. But I think there was like a gun law in New York or Chicago, one of the two, that got ruled unconstitutional, and it was like they can't restrict the guns in the city anymore in some way. I don't have the full scope on that. I just know there were
The
three
highlight I
rulings.
saw said something about for the first time in a really long time, gun law. There's been a law for gun laws or something. I don't know.
You can kill up to like 3 minorities a year now.
Oh,
Each
good.
police officer. And then after that, they start looking into it.
Yeah, if you do any more than that, you have to get a hole punch.
Yeah, you got to go through some paperwork.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah. You got to do the charade. You got to do 15 days in jail at least. Oh God.
you take your
It's
gun.
awful.
You get the wooden gun like in the other guns.
Yeah. You got the wooden gun for
No
shooting.
desk
No-
pops, okay?
No more desk pops. Yeah, so you had a good time doing that. Did you do anything else decent this week, Brian? What did you do this week? I went to the Indiana Dunes. I went up to
Did
Lake
you?
Michigan and I swam around.
Did you climb the giant hill?
Nah, we went with kids.
I did that
ruined
with
everything.
a kid on my back.
Nuh-uh.
Yeah, I swear to God, I did it
Who the
because I
fuck
used
are
to
you?
carry
Luke Skywalker.
because I had Castiel on that
Yeah.
backpack thing,
That makes sense.
and I did that entire hill by myself with
like,
him on my
"Burn
back.
him to
I, I celebrated my 12-year wedding anniversary.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we went to
Congrats.
Verde. It's a Mexican place in Carmel. Dude,
Yeah.
it's fire. I
Yeah.
got the queso Bieras. Is that used to the shit you
Bira.
dip?
Yeah.
Oh, it was so good, man.
Bira.
Got that. I got a bunch of margaritas.
Dude.
We had a good time. So
I just want
12
to point
years.
out that Brian is Mexican. I can't say it.
I am Latino.
Latino. Are you Latino? Are you
Queso
Mexican?
It's
Mexican,
the
right?
same fucking thing,
Are you
brother.
Are you Puerto Rican?
No, Puerto Rican is not the same as Mexican, but Latino. I could say I'm Latino and I'm Mexican. I swear.
Dude, if you're Cuban, just say that.
Spanish,
Just say it.
Spanish and Latino. I'm not cute.
He's Mayan.
Just keep throwing like Latino countries out. You know? God.
No, I'm Mexican, but no, I had a
Yeah.
good time.
Yeah.
We did that. We enjoyed
yeah.
that. And then Friday, I did a walk. Friday, I just walked.
I know. Somebody said that. I
6
think I saw you
hours.
downtown. I was like, you might have saw Brian.
I was probably
Should be
downtown
walking.
Friday.
Should be walking.
Somebody thought Brian was you.
I don't know, dude.
It's my favorite thing.
I
We
don't
get
know.
fucking mixed up.
We get mixed up all
Do
the time.
you?
Like I said,
Yeah.
sometimes he'll be in bed with my lady, and
Yeah.
she'll be like, Jordan.
And then I'll come home
It's
and be like,
got figured
Brian, and
out.
she'll be like, and she'll be like, oh, not again, and I'll be like, haha, I got you guys.
They can tell the girth. There's
Yeah.
a difference in girth.
Yeah, it's
I'm
a
littler.
difference.
So.
Yeah, it's a little. You got the length though. The balls are smaller.
I don't like being in the middle of this conversation.
Corey's like, why do I have to deal
She's
with this
HR, so
Shit? She's HR. She's
You're
over
both
here.
fired.
We're both making violations right now.
Oh.
I do want to do a shout out to the boy DJ 1320 or 1350. Sorry, 1320. Who came on the 420? He came on the podcast and he just became the official DJ for the Jackrabbits, which is pretty lit.
Yay.
You know,
Hell
what I mean? I'm
yeah,
very
man.
happy. That's the view from his office. It's beautiful. He looks great. And if you love baseball like Brian does, You know, it's a pretty big thing.
Just Brian.
Brian, do you like baseball? I do
Yeah,
not.
I like it. I definitely like shit. I definitely like the Jackrabbits for sure.
Yeah, Jackrabbits are fun. He's like, I fucked my
I
wife
liked when
up.
we used to go play baseball.
Yeah, I was never. I got invited one time to that, and then I no longer got an invite for a while.
You're in the group, aren't you?
I'm still in the Ermagerd.
Yeah, I named it.
Yeah, you would.
Ermagerd Burstbowl.
Yeah, but I just know, like, with the whole. I came out. I remember I came to one baseball game that they did out there, and then I like ran to score the winning run, and they were like, "You're doing too much."
Didn't you like hit me with the ball like purposely?
Yeah, I knocked you down.
You're fucking.
I'm just kidding.
asshole.
That never happened. I don't know if she's making sure.
Are you playing dodgeball this year?
Mm-hmm. But kickball, not dodgeball.
Kickball, yeah.
I'd love to do dodgeball. Want to do some
That'd be
dodgeball?
fun. Fuck yeah.
Yeah. Kokomo Press presents dodgeball.
Play
Let's
every
start a
time we go to
dodgeball
Gravity.
team.
Let's do it.
I'll do
I'll be
it.
down. Be down. You got to get a unibrow though, like the girl from.
I can. Just don't let me wax my eyebrows for a while. I'll got one.
You should be able to turn that the other way. Like turn it to the right. To the right. There you go. Keep turning, and then there you go, and then turn the other part.
It's a really expensive mic stand.
Thanks, Courtney, for buying the cheapest mic
There
stand.
we go. This is good. It's
Yeah,
fine. Thank
it
you.
works.
Is that better? Okay.
Yeah, you sound good. You sound really good, Ryan. Oh my god, you got such a beautiful voice.
No, I
Sing for us.
Sing some.
I don't.
Sing. I got a lot of looting. I ain't looking for a lady. I love Lil Wayne's the
Love
shit.
me some Lil Wayne.
Every time, that's why me and Shelby, we bonded over Lil Wayne really quickly, because like when we first started dating, I had tickets to go see Blink-182, Lil Wayne, and Neck Deep, and so we went to the concert, and she loves Lil Wayne too, so we were
It
fucking.
was
And
a
she
good
has
time.
she has a Blink-182 tattoo right here, so it's pretty crazy.
Did he kill it?
Yeah, he was awesome. He actually appreciated Indiana because he was having a rough time on that tour, because they were like there was like two bands and him, and it's like, bro, like there's a little bit of like in that Venn diagram, there's a little overlap, but not that much.
Seriously, everybody loves Lil Wayne.
I know, that's what I'm saying, but they're not. You know, he should have just done Prom Queen the whole time. Just kidding. Queen.
Fucking hated that song.
I love that song, man. I don't love it. I'm just kidding. I don't love it. I'm not gonna lie. 'Cause I don't love it. I don't fucking love it. I don't love it.
You do.
Okay. Anyway, yeah, we've got Roe v. Wade overturned. How do you guys feel about that?
I don't. Ugh.
Yeah,
Sad,
it's such
sad
a
day.
we've talked about it so much because it's been in the news that we brought up, and we've talked about stuff, and our positions are kind of solidified. I mean, I did write a hilarious joke about the pull-out method that I was dying laughing at when I wrote it.
They did good too.
Did I? Yeah, I was just happy. Nobody took it. There was nobody that people were arguing amongst themselves, which I'm perfectly fine with. I was just worried about somebody like coming at me and being like, "Motherfucker." And then I tried to go to a bunch of different restaurants and get some food, like fast food, because I didn't want to cook. As we went on I went on vacation to see my brother up in northern Indiana. And that's when I went to the dunes and stuff. And so when I came back the next day, we hadn't gone grocery shopping yet, and we needed to make dinner for the kids. And I used like the last of like the hamburger we had already had, and I was just like, man, I don't want to cook at all. I'm just gonna make something, or I don't want to make something at all. I'm just gonna go grab something. And then every place was closed. That was insane. Every place had some issue. Taco Bell, Fryer weren't working over there. Down there, they had no ground beef. Wendy's was only accepting cash. McDonald's closed an hour and a half early.
Yeah, I read your little thing that you made them.
People were so pissed. Like, there were people on there like, why don't you just eat at home, motherfucker?
I don't want to eat at home.
Eat home. Eat at home. You fuck. Quit eating that garbage. I'm like, I'll eat whatever I want, dude. Come and take it. This is America. And then the next thing I know, nobody has the right to abortion anymore.
I ate Taco Bell that day.
You did?
Yeah.
What'd you get? What's your if you have one thing?
Well, I like the chicken rice burrito, but they don't have it anymore.
Yeah. What do you get now?
The Chipotle chicken
Yeah.
burrito. It's
Those
like
are
really
good.
little.
Those are the tiny ones, yeah.
Yeah.
Those are good. I like those a lot. I like the sauce.
And then I instantly regret it because it hurts.
Hurts going down, going out.
Yeah.
Be shitting. She shit for like 40 minutes.
Crunch Wrap Supreme and a chicken quesadilla.
Yeah.
Every
Yeah.
time.
I saw somebody made a joke that was like, I've seen Crunch Wraps more supreme than this court.
Yeah, I saw that.
That was actually funny. I was like, there's a lot of good. The greatest thing about anything that's like hits the zeitgeist like this is that we all make jokes about it,
Yeah, it doesn't.
even if it sucks.
It doesn't.
I'm like, at the end of the day, like that's all we can do is fucking joke about it and have a good time. Because like, what else are we gonna do? We're stuck here.
My entire timeline is just people pissed.
Yeah, that's what it was.
And I'm like, I don't want to see all this all day.
Yeah. I couldn't go on Twitter. That was what
It's
was driving
sad
me
though.
crazy.
I mean, you know, it's sad.
Yeah,
fucking
it's
heartbreaking.
extremely sad and it's depressing and it's horrible. But
it's horrible what's gonna come from it, because we got like,
Yeah.
what, 30 days before some of these trigger laws hit, and then a lot of shit's gonna happen. And like, my thing is, I'm like torn on it, if I'm being honest with you guys, because like I'm not torn on the rights. I'm torn on what happened, because there's two things here. There's two stories in my opinion. The first one is what actually happened, and the second one is what's going to happen from it. So the first thing that happened was the Supreme Court ruled that there's no constitutional right to an abortion, which I don't think. Like I said, I've read it, and I understand people use the right to privacy as the argument, but I can't see a constitutional right to abortion. Now, does that necessarily mean that it shouldn't be a law? No, that's not what that means. Can we put it into the Constitution if we want? I think we could. But is it currently the way the Constitution is written, is there a right to an abortion? I don't think there is. And that's what I think they came up with. But the problem here is, then it kicks back to the states, which I'm a libertarian, so you guys know I'm a states' rights guy. I just am. So, like, to me, it kicks back to the states, and then you can decide what state you want to live in. And I know not everybody can, but you know what I mean. It's not like nobody's ever moved before. But I do think that it's a long conversation that we need to have as a country. And I know I'm a dude, and I'm having it, but I mean, you know, dudes can talk about it too. You know, we can talk about it. That was my big thing. It's like there's a lot of conversations that are like, hey, or a lot of conversation that's like,
I don't like the fact that everybody's just blaming men.
Yeah, thank you, appreciate that.
Everybody's just blaming men and saying that men should do all these things. Like, granted, yes, like men should also be involved in the decision-making process when it comes to the abortion stuff. And a lot of the abortions aren't just because you don't want a child. A lot of it's like medical issues or anything like that. But you can't just go around like being mad at all men because some old ass dudes in the Supreme Court are idiots.
Well, I'm watching it all play out, you know,
like
in real
now
time.
we should sterilize all men. Like,
come on.
How is that any different than trying to sterilize all of us?
Yeah, like that's my thing. Is like it becomes petty really quickly for no reason. And then the
people are saying like the children of rape are not God's gifts. Like I know plenty of people that are like results of rape.
Yeah.
That they chose to have the child, and the child is now growing up, and they love their child.
Yeah. I think it's all circumstantial, and I think that's why choice matters, and that's really what it comes down to.
That's what it is, and you should have the choice, no matter what. Like whether you just don't want a baby or not, you should have that choice to not have the baby.
Yeah.
Whether it's medical, whether it's just you're not financially able to, whether you're not mentally able to.
Yeah.
You should be able to have that choice. I personally did not make that choice.
Yeah.
The multiple times that I wanted to, but I love my kids, and I can't imagine if I did have it.
I think if we're gonna make it, like the thing about making it a constitutional amendment or making it so that it's constitutionally legal, is we would have to set parameters, like literally.
Yeah, but they're not going to. There's so many different things. Like when I was 17, I got pregnant. I was in high school. I ended up having a miscarriage, and I wasn't miscarrying, so I had to have a DNC. Like that would be one of the things that would be illegal. Like,
are we sure about that? I'm not 100% sure. I'm literally asking because I don't. Well, I'm still confused.
It's considered an abortion.
Yeah, I'm wondering because I'm wondering what actually changes, because you have to remember, like, the only thing that's changed is that now the states decide, right?
Right.
And the states can decide.
Really decided yet.
But a state can say, like, hey, just so you know, like, you can have an abortion in these circumstances, and like.
But there's so many different circumstances. They're not. It's all black and white for them.
Yeah. Well, I mean that's what laws are supposed to be, but interpreting laws is what the Supreme Court.
I think they're also. I think Biden's supposed to be passing something where like doctors aren't going to lose their license if they do perform it.
I don't know how they can do that because the licenses are given out to the states.
You said Biden's going to sign that?
I read something about it.
Yeah.
I'm not riding with Biden no more.
No.
I never will. You fucking idiot. To me, like an idiot as the other one.
It's such a hard conversation to have because we don't. There's so many variables, and like a lot of people are mad at Christians, a lot of people are mad at religious people and blaming them. But like in their defense, if I can give them a little bit of defense, is like to them you're killing something. Like to me, and I get it. I get like that people don't agree with it, but that's their opinion.
We've had this debate constantly.
Yeah. It's their opinion, but it shouldn't be a fucking law.
Well, that depends. I mean, do we have laws in the book that say you can't kill people right now? Like if you think that it's killing something, like killing a person, I don't know. I have a really weird opinion on it because, like I said, I think it should be the states' rights to choose, and I do think that it should be pro-choice. Like I'm pro-choice. I think women should decide what they do, but at the same time, I think there should be some wall changes as far as how men are treated when it comes to this shit. Because if a woman can kill a baby, why can't I fucking abandon it? Like that's my thing. Like I would never.
But you can though.
Not
there's
really.
Nothing stopping.
Not financially. If somebody if let's say like you decide tomorrow, like fuck this, I don't want to. I'll use me because I don't like to put somebody else. But let's say tomorrow I'm like, no, I don't want to be a dad no more, and I just abandon my kids. Both of the mothers of my kids can just get me for child support. So financially, I can never.
You can sign over rights.
That's what I'm saying. That you can sign up. You have the
you have the choice to do that.
Yeah, but you don't have to have the men's. You do not have to have the men's permission to have an abortion, but you have to have the woman's permission to sign over your rights. So come on, like if we're being real about it, it's not equal.
I get
what you're saying. You can, and I'm not trying to necessarily equate the two, but I am saying one of them is a decision you make in 20 weeks, 21 weeks. If you're being kind, in my opinion, because the first week doesn't count, right? We all know that. Or the first month doesn't count. So like you make it in 20 weeks or whatever. Whereas with a man, that's 18 years at least, maybe even longer. And I'm not, and as a guy who has 2 kids, who takes care of my kids, like you guys know me, you guys know what it's like, what it is. Like and as a guy who didn't have a father,
but you possibly couldn't imagine your wife getting pregnant and then getting an abortion without talking to you about it.
No, I couldn't, but it's happened. You don't think that's the thing is like there's a lot of marginal cases. I think that we just need to take a hard look at what, as men and women, we need to go back and look. Like a lot of people are like, well, they're not making laws to decide men's lives. Like, Brian, do you remember what happened when you 30 days before you turned 18? What happened? I don't know if you remember. It's been a while. You've had a couple of sleeps, but 30 days before, but between 30 days before and I think maybe even after, when you turn 18, as a man, you are required by law to submit your information to the Selective Service. Your body you do not own your body. The government owns your body as a man when you turn 18. Period.
Why?
Until you're 25. Because this is what the Selective Service is, and they tried to add women to the Selective Service, and it failed. They would not make women.
What is it?
Submit to it. Selective Service is like draft.
Oh,
for the
Army, Navy.
So and you have to, no matter what.
Yeah, men. That's what I'm saying. A lot of women. I was talking to Shelby about this. She had no idea.
I didn't know that.
I know. A lot of women don't know because it's not in your purview, and we don't bitch about it. Like we don't. Like I'm not trying to say you guys shouldn't bitch about abortion. You should, because it's bullshit. But I also feel like men don't. We just deal with it and we don't complain a lot of times when it comes to it. But the Selective Service, I remember being scared. I don't know if you remember any of how you felt about it, but I remember being scared of my fucking mind. I joined the Navy, by the way, so like I ended up joining the military. But I remember when I got that call, I was freaked out. Like I was like, what do I do? Like I got a thing in the mail that says you must give me you. And then anytime you move, you have to give them.
Is that still a thing?
Yeah, it's still a thing to this day. You still have to. And when a man turns 18 years old, only a man, no women, turns 18 years old, you must submit your information to the Selective Service.
See, I was told that since I'm my mother's only son, I got a pass or whatever.
They wouldn't draft you, but you still had to do it all. You don't remember doing it?
No, I did it all. I was just saying.
You're still technically. You might get.
Rules.
Listen, just because you're fucking Private Ryan doesn't mean the rest of us aren't. All right, motherfucker. I'm just kidding.
Private Brian,
the wit bitch, and the JordHoe. Just kidding. That's the name of the episode, by the way. Just kidding. I'm just kidding. But it is a thing that I'm saying. Like
Do I need a shirt?
Yeah.
The bitch.
The bitch. No, I'm just kidding. That'd be fucked up. No.
I hate you.
Maybe we'll just keep the witch then.
That's fine.
You are witchy. That would make sense.
Kinda.
The Brian, the witch, and the JordHoe.
I just collect rocks.
You're a witch.
You're a witch.
You're literally a witch.
You're literally a
witch.
witch.
Have you ever? Here's a question. Have you ever drawn and sat in the middle of a pentagram?
Okay.
Then like I said, like literally, like. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I don't think that's like a witch thing.
Have you ever watched
I think that's I watched too much Supernatural.
How many times have you watched The Craft?
Okay, you got me.
You had a Kraft macaroni and cheese Kraft shirt recently, so like you can't really tell. We all know what it is. No, I mean the thing about Roe is that it's a hot button issue, and I don't think anybody's right or anybody's wrong, but I do think giving people the choice is important, and I think women and people should have the choice. I do think that the unfortunate reality of biology is women are forced to carry the kid. That's fact. Like, there's nothing we can do about that. Like,
I don't want women to watch this and be mad at me for not yelling at you.
Yell? What am I saying wrong? It's just it's biological.
Nothing
I'm not
to
trying
me,
to. Like,
but like I feel like as a woman, I should be up here screaming like this is all ridiculous. And
Bro.
It is ridiculous.
It's ridiculous. I do think it's ridiculous. I agree. I already said I think you should have choice.
Right.
Like I think everybody should have the choice, but I also think it's fucked up that men we ignore men's issues a lot. We do.
And I absolutely agree with that. And I know you
agree with that.
And I always have.
And I don't think this is necessarily the time for that conversation.
I've watched you go through your divorce and trying to get custody and all this other kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Like, and it was
we're
all
great now,
ridiculous.
but at the time it was really hard.
Yeah.
I remember how difficult it was just to be.
You guys have like the perfect co-parenting relationship right now.
But you were there. You knew it.
But it didn't start out that way.
No, it didn't. And I have a weird. I was talking to my band members today about this, and you guys can kind of you guys heard that debate about like, do you have an inner monologue? You guys have heard that?
Yeah, oh, yeah.
Do you guys both have inner
Yes.
monologues? You
Yes.
talk to yourself?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, I think it might be. There are some people that don't, and I didn't know that there were anybody. That was such a weird thing. I think I have a weird thing where I can't remember emotion. Like I know a lot of people will think of a memory and have an emotion will flood back. Like, does that happen to you ever? That doesn't happen for me. I have a
also
disconnect.
PTSD.
Oh yeah. So is it you dealing with PTSD or?
I mean, I do.
I mean, it was
So, like,
that
there's
whole
a lot of
situation was
things,
pretty
like-
traumatic, but I don't have an emotional like flashback to it. You know what I mean?
Right.
I mean, is that what what is PTSD?
Like,
I know what an acronym is, but
I've had something happen in a certain place. I'll drive by that place, and all the emotions that I felt in that moment will come back.
So it's like almost like they
So-
were like cauterized into your anytime that
Yeah,
place.
it's like a constant memory. I'll forget about it, and then if something happens to remind me of that, I go back to that.
Yeah.
Like
Emotionally or like is it in
if
your
there's
head? Or
emotionally, like I don't act on it because I'm very good with like masking.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
like something will happen, but there are times where things will happen where like Alex used to go to the store and he would go cheat on me. So like if he says, "Hey, I'm gonna go to the store," like this is before, like
Yeah,
he'd
yeah.
say if I like he's going to the store, I would instantly turn back to like he's gonna go fuck somebody else.
Yeah. It happened before, and then you just
So it's like a constant reminder of that thing that
yeah.
hurt you in that moment.
See, I don't have that. I don't think, and it's not just a
It's
PTSD. It's
that's
like in
not
general.
really a
my-
bad thing though.
Yeah, yeah.
I was going to ask you, like, the opposite of PTSD. Like, whenever I go to Northside, I automatically, like, think of, like, growing up there and, like, my dad. So, and I get, like, almost like a physical feeling. I get, like, goosebumps.
Yeah, yeah.
And, like, you don't even get that. You
No.
So you don't even get, like...
Yeah, there's the
positive
there's the
side?
good stuff
Yeah.
too. Like
Yeah, I get nothing. I don't. I don't know if I'm like emotionally stunted or like it may not even be a negative. It may just be how I'm wired. It could be a genetic thing for me personally.
you lack empathy.
No, I have empathy for people.
Could
Like
you
I
kill
feel.
somebody? Could you kill a cat?
I have empathy.
How many cats have you killed?
Look, this week? Hold on. No, I've never killed an animal. I mean, not like literally killed an animal like on purpose. Like I've never done anything like that. I ran over a squirrel one time and I was like busted about it. Like I didn't like that. I'm a very empathetic person, or maybe sympathetic is the word, because empathy is like you feel their pain, and I'm better at feeling other people's emotions than remembering my own, because
Right.
I don't tie some. Here's my thing. There's memory, and then people tie emotions to memory. I don't have the thing where you tie emotions to memory. I can remember shit, but I can't tie emotion to it. Like
I can't do that with positive emotions.
Yeah, it's only
I
negative.
only remember the negative things.
But that
Which I
these
think
are all
that's
like
also, like,
personality
trauma.
traits, right?
Right.
These are all things
Oh,
that
yeah.
you can do like tests for and
Right.
shit. Like negative, like high negative emotion is a woman. They say that's like a feminine thing, like high
Yeah.
negative emotion.
I
And-
hate it.
I
I
know.
absolutely hate it.
Yeah, it's weird because like to me, I've realized like okay, so I remember when I used to get in an argument with my ex, and she would like tell me like, remember the time when this happened, and I'm like, yeah, and she's like, and you said this, and I said that, and I'd be like, listen. I remember one time I looked at her in the eye and I was like, listen, I'm sure all that happened, and I'm sure you're telling me your version of it, but I think at the time I probably had a different version. I just don't remember it. Like, you know, like I
Right.
had,
You're
you
being
can't,
honest.
you can't give me old arguments because I don't fucking remember, and I don't hold the emotion to it. So like I don't remember what I said in the moment, whether it was true or false.
I think
can't
women
remember
are
shit.
more wired to like see more deeply into the things that you say, and I know that
Yeah.
you are very much. I'm saying things that are not so much have a deeper meaning to
Yeah.
them, but like I'm saying exactly what I mean.
Oh yeah, that's a problem.
And when
yeah.
somebody listens to it, they're like, he's saying this, but he's meaning this.
I'm like, no,
And
I'm saying
but
exactly
you
what I
don't.
said.
You don't do that.
I'm literal.
You are
I'm a
very
literal.
literal with everything that you say and do.
Yeah. I mean, I can missay things, and sometimes I might say something and not be aware of how it's being, like, the context of it or what's being said. But, like, usually when I'm saying it, I mean what I'm saying.
And that's what I love about you.
Yeah, yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
It takes a lot of people. It takes a lot of people when they first meet me. They think I'm an asshole. Like, or when they first start, like when you get to the like beginning stages of getting to know me, they're like, this guy's a fucking dick. He just says, yeah. I get it a lot.
I mean, you are.
I am.
But like,
I also really care about my friends. I'm really passionate about my friends. I care about everything that happens with them. I want them to be successful. I like not to toot my own horn, and I don't mean this in any other way, but when Nathan posted about needing a DJ, and we'd had DJ on the podcast, I tagged him in the post. Now, he had to do the work. That has nothing to do with me. I don't take any credit for anything he's done. He is the talented person. But like just thinking about him, I was like, let me post it. And then when he told me he got it, I was so happy for him. Like, I'm like, bro, dude, I'm so happy for you. Like, it's a big deal. Like, I did nothing except for tag his name on a post. That I did nothing. All I did was make him aware, and then he did all the work, and now he's reaping the benefits of his own actions. But like, a part of me feels like I got a W there, even though I didn't, just because like a guy I know who I really like the guy. I really like him. Chase is a good guy. He's getting somewhere, and he loves what we do.
He's a DJ, right?
Yeah, DJ 1350, baby.
I'm gonna ask you a question. How good's his ecstasy?
Yeah,
is it ecstasy? Does he have good ecstasy?
Yeah, ecstasy. Can you not say ecstasy?
They go in hand in hand.
Ecstasy.
Ecstasy.
I love
ecstasy. Ecstasy. Well, that's what we call it on the street. It's not ecstasy. It's ecstasy.
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 It's Molly.
Is it the X?
Is the X gonna give it to you?
Molly, little Molly. I don't know what's
DJ.
Hey,
it's all made in a basement.
Hey, I heard you like tripping, so I put tripping in your. No, I'm just kidding. Exhibit. Just keep X's going. Wish my ex took Molly. I'm just kidding. No, no, like it's crazy. Like we've had a lot going on. We just had that big drug bust in Kokomo. I want to pull that up on here. Did I put that in here? We had that. Okay, here it is. So there's like a drug blitz that just happened, and it always coincides with the Electric Forest Festival, an annual 4-day event near Rothbury, Michigan, that draws tens of thousands from across the country. So they police net 68 arrests along US 31 as part of the. And then they say they did find cocaine, LSD. There's a whole list of things they found. But here's my thing with the situation is like, Indiana is basically going out of their way to arrest people going to a festival they know about. Isn't that weird? Isn't that a little weird that like Indiana would say, "Hey, we know people have to drive 31, so we're gonna set up a bunch of traps."
They pretty much just said that it was just all entrapment.
It's completely entrapment. I don't understand how they get away with this shit. It's literally like I don't understand speed traps. I don't understand like all these weird things that they do are like and like hiding the police car, like making it look.
Yeah, they said they had unmarked vehicles too.
I drove 31 when I went up to the dunes. I didn't know any of this, and I remember looking over at like Shelby was like half asleep because she always falls asleep on these car trips. Biatch. And all the kids are asleep, and I'm just sitting there, and I looked over at her, and I was like, I've seen like 5 cop cars on the like, and we weren't even like we were barely like past Peru. Like,
and I know you had some sticky buds, bro.
Yeah, I had some fucking straight up dank.
Stickiest.
I had the dankest nugs, bro. I just had dank nugs all over me, dude. I had an earring that had dank nugs that said dank nugs that I was hanging. No, dank nugs.
Dang no.
Women, but
Yeah.
But you weren't in Michigan at the time.
No, I didn't. I never even went to Michigan. I just went to Northern Indiana. But the thing
Michigan
is,
City.
it was all 31, dude. 31 was like basically entrapment central, and I'm like, it's so weird, dude. I was like, I gotta go to speed limit. I wasn't even doing anything illegal, but I was like all about.
So is that how you feel about the sobriety checks too?
Oh yeah,
is that
all of it?
Yeah,
get rid of all of it.
That's not right.
Yeah,
No.
You should.
Yeah.
Get rid of all of it. I don't think that. I don't think anybody thought when they were like, yeah, we want to have police, that they did not think like, oh, they're gonna go out of their way to just arrest people who aren't really doing anything wrong. Like fucking, it's so weird to me that like I can be driving down Markland and come up on a bunch of cars that are gonna give me a breathalyzer, and I've done nothing wrong except for drive a car. Like, it's one thing, like probable cause should exist. I don't understand this at all.
It's fucked up.
Yeah. I think the whole Electric Forest Festival, people getting affected by that is fucked up, man. And I think that the state police, the state of Indiana, Holcomb, you got your priorities fucked up. He's pro life, so he posted that on Twitter. I saw that, and everybody was like going in like, we know where we're at. But I don't think there's any trigger laws in Indiana, so anything that gets made, all these politicians that do it, they can all be held accountable.
Dude,
like, completely.
Speaking of the mayor of Tennessee, aka Kane, Glenn
Hell
Jacobs,
yeah.
Did you see that?
Tennessee town. Is it what Tennessee town is it?
Up Tennessee.
Tennessee's a state. He can't be the mayor of a state.
I'm retarded. Yeah.
It's okay.
I'm
It's all right.
Yeah.
He's not the governor. He's the mayor.
He's
or something.
Knoxville.
Yeah,
I
Knoxville.
just
There you
think
go.
a little
Yeah,
too
I knew he was the mayor of a town.
He's the mayor of all of Tennessee.
I'm trying to help you out, bro.
He's the mayor of Tennessee, but anyways, he's getting a lot of shit from the rest of the community too, because he's a big conservative, and he's like, it's a win today, and people are going crazy, like some WWE like women stars.
It's definitely a win for states' rights, but I mean that's no matter what. Like, if you're looking at it purely from like a legal standpoint, it's a win for states' rights. It gives every state. I don't think the federal government should have the right. I think you should legalize everything.
It's a win if you're in a state that's okay with it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, even then, like, okay, so like the federal protection it's gone away. I mean, it happened with weed. Like, weed still has like a federal prohibition on it, but it's legal in the states, Remember, like that's basically
Right.
what's happened. So like it's the exact opposite. So whereas the states took their right to weed back from the federal government said we're no longer protecting you states from any reprisal, and we're no longer saying that it's legal everywhere. You get to decide. And I know a lot of people read the Clarence Thomas's remarks, and there was some stuff in there about making contraception illegal, about making birth control illegal, about making same-sex marriages no longer federally protected, which I railed about that when it happened, because I told people, I'm like, you do not want the federal government deciding these things. They should be decided by states. But at the same time, I understand, because you should be recognized. Your marriage should be recognized no matter where you live. But at the same time, like states, because like okay, remember what happened in California, Prop 8? They put it on the ballot during Obama, and then what they didn't realize is a lot of Latinos are Catholic, and they got a big Latino vote come out, and then a lot of Latinos voted Prop 8 down, and then it became same-sex marriage was illegal in the state of California, and then they went through and the state just changed it to the courts. So the courts decided the actual people decided this, and then the courts decided the people were wrong. And I'm not saying that they were right. I'm not saying that the people were right, but I am saying the reason why you put that shit on the ballot is because you want your constituents' opinion, and then the opinion wasn't what they wanted to hear, which is weird, right? And then
that is weird. But
same-sex marriage should be legal. It should be legal everywhere. It should be legal in every state. It should be legal in every country. We know there's a lot of countries where it's not legal. Do I think is there a constitutional right to be married? I don't know. I haven't read into it, but that's really what it comes down to. The Supreme Court is only supposed to rule based on the Constitution. That's the whole point. It's a constitutional thing. So I think we need to make it easier to either pass amendments, or we need to start. The Congress needs to start making laws. That's what needs to happen. Congress needs to make laws and quit letting the courts decide every fucking thing, which is what keeps happening. And that's been Jordan's take on. I'm just kidding on everything. No, I'm just kidding. Oh, we do also have really great news. Ghislaine Maxwell is being put on suicide watch and may seek sentencing delay, lawyers say. So I know there's actual pictures of her, so it's weird they use this one with the mask on. But
they're
like
Darth Vader.
Yeah, she was like, "I will fuck your children."
Why would they draw that picture?
Yeah. I mean, they're not allowed to have actual pictures in the courtroom, so all they have are people they can draw. And they're like, "Hey, can we get somebody to do colored pencil?"
She was a baddie back in the day.
I know.
Somebody will play Angelina Jolie. You think that's who would play her?
She's too old for the player.
Who would play her? Oh, I know. Blake Lively.
Blake Lively.
Perfect. Yep. Dye her hair and everything.
No, I don't think
Blake
so.
Lively. For sure.
Millie Bobby Brown.
Yes.
I'll tell you who would play fucking great Jeffrey Epstein.
Who?
Okay, I'm trying to think of the guy.
You're right.
This is terrible because I don't think of what else. He was in Twilight, but he was also the bad guy in Never Back Down.
I don't remember that
movie. If you've seen his face, so he would play a perfect Jeffrey. I have this I do all this mock fantasy casting.
Who was he in Twilight?
He was in later he was one of the bad guys too. So the black dude with dreads, and then the chick, the white chick, and then the other guy that was him.
The blonde guy?
The blonde guy.
Oh yeah, he played in the first one. He was
he'd play great. He'd make a great Jeffrey
James.
I was thinking of Ryan Gosling. Gosling's too.
How do you know the characters of Twilight?
Because
I love that.
I
shit.
love Twilight.
I literally love Twilight.
Twilight's good
I got
shit.
into it with my wife.
Yeah, Twilight. I will never read a book just because I don't read books. But the movies they're like a guilty pleasure for me. I put them on and I laugh my ass off because they're so funny and they're so interesting and goofy.
They're so bad.
Yeah. Hang on, Spider Monkey. The memes made it way
Yeah,
better. The memes are hilarious.
I like that it's all coming back.
Yeah, they had the Sonic one with them. As if you could outrun me.
One of my favorites is what is it? You're 2,000 years old and you decide to go to high school, pick up high school chicks.
Yeah, he's just in there like quoting Plato and shit to these girls to get some puss. And he's like, hey. He's 2,000 years old trying to get. He wasn't even.
In his defense, though, even him getting with a 70-year-old is still way.
Yeah, in his defense, he really doesn't. His pool is literally
anything's free game. When you're a vampire, you don't have laws.
There are no laws. I never understood why vampires just don't go around hey, I see you're on your period. Two birds with one stone.
They carry around tampons and use them as tea bags.
Yeah, that's what I love that joke.
If you ever want gay erotic vampires, True Blood. I watched all that too. It's some of my favorites.
See, I couldn't. True Blood was like, I remember this. I was in Guantanamo when that shit came out, and my buddy was like you watched the Twilights, right? And he was like a black guy, and I was like, yeah. And he's like, you ever watch True Blood? And I was like, no. And he's like, True Blood is like Twilight's, but with like titties in it.
Yeah,
like, you know, like the girl from X-Men, Patricia not Patricia Arquette. What's her name? Patricia. What's her name? Fucking what's her name?
I know you're talking about.
Yeah, he's like, her titties is in it, and I'm like, nah.
Fuck.
I'm making him sound super black. Anna Paquin.
Yeah,
There you go. Yeah, I mean,
So hot.
she is hot, dude.
I never watched True Blood.
No, I
It was
didn't either.
So good. You would love it. It's
You
good.
would love it.
I would love it.
You ever watch 6 Feet Under?
Nope.
Alan Ball, he's a creator in 6 Feet Under.
Courtney likes Supernatural.
I do like Supernatural.
I did. Jensen Ackles is on Ackles. Jensen Ankles. Jensen's ankles are on.
Jensen Ackles.
Okay, Jansen and
I
Ackles.
can't stand
Jansen's
you.
ankles are.
Jensen's and Ackles. Yeah, he cackled. He's in The Boys. You guys watch The Boys? Dude, watch it. It's so good.
What's it on?
It's insane. It's on Prime.
Okay.
Yeah, it's
I
like
couldn't remember the name of it, and I kept trying to look up
Boys.
like Bad Boys and stuff, and I'm like, what?
She's like, wait, Will Smith in this?
This is not it.
She's like, well, Martin Lawrence is skinny in this. What the fuck? Isn't he fat now? No, I watched The Boys. They did Hero Gasm, which is like the craziest part of their comics because it's like a comic show, but it's like all the worst. Like they're all the worst. It's like it's awesome. I love that show.
See, I'm okay with spoilers because like.
Yeah.
I like hearing other people's takes on shows and stuff.
Well, Hero Gasm is just like it's like an orgy of all the heroes. So like it's like 1 week or 1 day every year, all the heroes come together and throw all their inhibitions out, and they just have like a gigantic like sex fest, and they put it on like you can see like you don't see everything, but you see a weird shit, and like one guy's name is Love Sausage, and he has like a dick that he can control, and it's like a snake.
This is the show?
Yeah, it's a show. It's on it. You gotta watch it. There's a lot of crazy shit in it, and like they're doing every which way. There's a guy the first in the third season, which is what they're on. I will ruin this for anybody. So if you want to watch The Boys, turn this off. Come back in 5 minutes. But the first season they got a lot of shit because the first episode they introduced a character named the Termite, and he's like an Ant-Man. Every character is making fun of another character.
Okay.
And like the worst version. And he's like at a party, and he's like with a guy, and they're doing like cocaine together. He's like he sneezes or whatever, and then he's like, all right, do it, come on, do it. And the other guy's standing there, he's like, okay. And he gets really tiny, and he walks up. You see him get tiny, and he starts walking, and he's walking towards like a dick, a gigantic, because he's like a tiny thing, and he goes inside his dick hole, and he's like rubbing the sides of his dick. It's so hilarious, and he's like, get to the prostate, and he's like, or whatever, and he sneezes, and he turns big and blows his whole body up. It's fucking insane. The show is so good. Like the shit they do that you would never see any other show do
That's
this.
weird.
It's so ridiculously hilarious though, because you see it coming, and then like they like no pun intended, you see it coming. But like he does this, that whole thing happens or whatever, and then the guy walks in on him, and he's like trying to run away. And
So I cannot watch this around my kids.
Not at all. Don't.
Okay.
No, like the show's way too bad for kids. Like it's like anytime our kids are like we don't watch it.
So this is what I watch at work.
Yeah, or just like at night when the kids are they have their own beds, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
They all sleep with mama.
They can
All four of them.
go on, get in bed with mom tonight, kids.
All four of us sleep in my queen size bed.
You know, since mom became single, we got the bed open.
Someone who's rubbing my back tonight?
Who's rubbing mom back? I don't know. You always gave me Roseanne vibes, so. Does she not give you Roseanne?
stand
Like skinny Roseanne.
love Roseanne.
I love Roseanne too. Like she takes it as a negative, but I mean it like completely as.
I'm
positive.
also not as racist.
Yeah, I was gonna say
She's
Courtney's
not
great.
racist. She's a Jew.
She's not Jewish.
Yeah, she's a Jew.
Is Roseanne?
She had family members die in the Holocaust.
Didn't she like post racist shit? And that's why she
Yeah,
got
she's a
kicked off of the
comedian.
show?
She got kicked off the show because she was on Ambient and said, who was it?
She was on Ambien.
She was on Ambient. Like she had
Said some real racist shit on
Yeah,
Ambien.
she said racist shit on Ambien, and I looked it up recently because I was trying to figure out
See, I thought
what
that
she
was
said.
she was on
and
Twitter.
then Ambien made a post saying racism is not one of the side effects.
Yeah, because everybody likes to dunk. It was basically them dunking on her. But she was on Ambien and fucked up and was drinking. It was on Ambien, and she was like tweeting, and she always tweeted crazy shit. And she said it was like Obama's secretary of something, and she had said something about something along the lines of like a monkey or something like that. But like she said that she didn't mean it racially. She was like, but she said looks like, and it became like a big thing. Like she's like, I didn't even know she was black. And I was like, she went on like Joe Rogan or somewhere and was like, I didn't even know she was black, to be honest. But she's also Jewish and dressed up like Hitler and like had little like She dressed one time. She posted a picture on Twitter where she's dressed as Hitler with the Hitler stash, and she's pulling like little gingerbread men out of the oven, which is like, and she's Jewish, so like the reality is like she hits everybody, like even her own people,
Right.
And she got in a lot of shit for that. But like it's like I get it because like people take everything as literal nowadays. And Valerie Jarrett, that's who it was. Valerie Jarrett. It was Obama, one of Obama's secretaries. But Valerie Jarrett was her name. But I just remember when it happened, it was a big deal. But like, and it's like. They took away her show, erased her from it. Like it was the whole thing. Not do I think she should be consequences for her actions? Absolutely, like completely. But also at the same time, like she shouldn't be making comedic choices, talking shit on Twitter.
On Ambien?
On Ambien, fucked up on Ambien.
Well, if you remember, I mean, before all that happened, like she was like everybody was ready for Roseanne to come back on, and she came and killed it, and then all that shit came out.
Yeah,
and they killed her off the show. Now it's just John Goodman. And
yeah, and the rest.
Is it
of
still
them.
on?
Yeah,
somebody watches it.
I don't
I
know
don't
who.
watch your shit. I never watched.
fuck would?
I watched the old episodes. They're good. Tom Arnold. And
It ain't for me, man. It never was.
Oh, it's good stuff. It's like your blue collar. It's like
If I want to watch a blue collar family, I'm gonna watch King Queens.
What did they do on the show? Did she die?
Yeah,
back
they
is
like
getting
killed her.
tight.
They just killed her.
Sitting here in traffic on the Queensboro Bridge.
I never even watched the
I
show.
don't care. Dude, I love King Queens.
Do you really?
That's good.
That's
Yeah,
so
man.
good.
Kevin James is like.
Remember earlier we were
Kevin
trying to get him to
James is
sing
a
and he wouldn't.
god.
Now he's
Yeah.
like over here singing. Kevin James is pretty cool.
Thank you.
Yeah, you like Kevin James?
Yeah.
He's great. Leah Remini, crazy bitch, but
Yeah.
like
She was a Scientologist. Now she just hates everything Scientology.
yeah, that's just cool.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, honestly, that whole thing with Roseanne, I still think you have the Roseanne vibes. I love it. You do yell at your kids like that, too.
I do.
Yeah. Like that video you did with us, you're like, nothing because I'm perfect. And you yell at your kids,
Yeah.
hey, shut up, kids. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
Go outside and get a switch right
I got
now.
all my parenting tips from
Put
Roseanne.
down mommy's beaker.
Don't touch that.
We were in the car the other day, and I was like, I don't yell. And they're like, yes, you do.
You're like, put
You
down
don't
mommy's
think you
lightsaber.
yell. That's the thing.
I only yell because they don't listen.
That's usually why people yell.
I only
Yeah.
hit them because they don't listen.
I only smack them and abuse them because they don't listen.
They always have a trigger warning for abusing kids on here now. Just kidding. Anyway, rest in peace, Ghislaine tomorrow or whatever. Ghislaine. Her name is Ghislaine. Oh, I gotta pull this one up. Apparently, this is what happened to Cortni. This is from the festival. And then this guy's dancing in the back, as you can see. Having a good ass time though, my boy. Anyway, I thought that was pretty cool. That he's just out there twirling.
In the
Having a good
words
time.
of Steve Harvey, he's higher than gas prices.
Oh, higher than gas. Right?
I just want you guys to know that we went to the Dave Matthews concert, and
That's what it was.
that guy was dancing the entire time. That
Oh,
was
he was
4
good.
hours of him spinning in circles.
You quit dancing, you die. Is what he
That's
says.
essentially
They told him he had an IV.
like
Liquid.
that guy was living his best life.
Yeah, they should have pulled his car over on the way to the Electric Forest Festival.
No, if you're in Dave, you're good. Like
Yeah.
They
okay.
weren't following people going south. It was just the north.
Yeah, they were arresting people with the Dave Matthews, and he was like, "You've got your ball, you got."
That is the
your
only song they
chain."
didn't play either.
Of course, they're not gonna play a song.
there's 2 nights.
They do
right?
ants marching.
Yeah. I don't know. They played like 6 songs, and it was all
Did
instrumentals
you go
the
both
entire
nights?
time.
What?
No, I just went last night.
I do have a question for you, Courtney. Why do you go to a lot of band concerts of bands you don't even like?
I don't know.
He likes the experience. There's
I
nothing
like
wrong with it.
going,
Yeah.
and I was complaining last night because I'm like, nobody will go to any concerts that I like.
Yeah. Who do you want to
Like,
go see?
I want to go see the Dixie Chicks.
The Chicks.
The Chicks.
The Chicks.
Watch
you
it.
mean.
The Chicks.
The Chicks.
I want to
God
go
damn it.
see. I want to go see a lot of things, but nobody will go with me. So
Okay.
I always end up going to all these concerts with people, like, because I like going to concerts and I like being around the people. I just
What if
don't ever know the music, and nobody will ever go to any of the
what
ones
if
that
they
I
made
like.
a concert with the Chicks, Lady A,
No.
because it's not Lady Antebellum no more. It's Lady
Yeah.
A.
All the.
Then we need another one.
Yeah. We need another racist band name. We need more.
And Skinnerd.
And Skinner.
And Skinner.
I read an entire article about Skinner last night on the way home because I was trying to remember if they were racist or not.
Well, it's a gray area.
That's a great.
It was up for debate.
It's a gray. Well, I really like their music, so I'm not going to get into that.
Did any other do we know any other bands that changed their name because they were like, this is not good? It's always country artists.
Yeah.
Oh, who else?
I can't think of any others.
Aunt Jemima.
No, that's all right. That's not a band, but There probably is a band called Aunt Jemima. They had to change the name. We're now called Tilly's.
Here's the
Or they
deal.
changed the name too.
Those guys aren't real
Pearls.
country artists.
They're
'cause
not
any
called
real country
pancakes.
artists would have been like, "Fuck you, I ain't changing shit."
I ain't changing a goddamn thing. You can't stop me. And then Morgan Whalen.
Ted Nugent
I
actually
was
changed
reading.
his name.
Yeah.
Ted Rebel
Leonard
Nugent.
Skinner denounced the rebel flag as their symbol.
Pussies.
Freebird my ass. Fucking chained. No, I'm just kidding. No, I think I think there's a lot going on there. You know, people change. You know, people can change. Let them hold the baby. That's a Tim Robinson joke. Because he's like, oh, I used to have slick back hair, sloppy steaks. You don't know anything about that.
No.
You know some of the stuff from that.
From what?
From I think you should leave.
Oh, probably.
I'm gonna rip the fucking head off.
Yeah.
That one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm obsessed with that. Shelby and I just quote each other all the time, doing it all the time. It's annoying.
Yeah.
Sorry, everybody, I'm annoying. No, I don't think I have any more. I mean, I do have this one thing that I can bring up for you guys. This is the statement from Dick's Sporting Goods. First, they got rid of guns. Now they're getting rid of fucking abortion. Or no, they're I don't know. They're like super. I don't have the joke there. Now, apparently, they're going to be offering $4K in travel expense reimbursement to travel, and the next day, about 1,200 women decided they were all getting an abortion at the same time. It was crazy. Could you imagine getting travel? They're like, we're gonna give up to $4,000 in travel expenses, and then not being like, well, guess I'm getting an abortion this year.
Yeah,
Like it feels like you would just.
I want to set something up in Boca Raton, Florida, please.
I'd like to make a reservation, please. And
Oh, they're providing $4,000 for people that want to get abortions.
yeah, they have to go outside of
Okay.
state. I
No,
think
it's
just
4K
travel.
4K
But here's
HD.
want to hear the funniest part about it? Literally zero maternity leave. No maternity leave. So, makes you wonder, right? So they're willing to pay for you to go get an abortion, but they're not willing
Is
to
it
give
just
you a leave.
employees?
Yeah, that's what it says.
Oh.
I'll pull it back up.
Well, you don't have kids; you got more time to work. It's gotta make sense.
Yeah.
Actually, but kids make you have more reasons to work. You don't have to show up. If you have an employee that has kids and you have an employee that doesn't have kids, the ones that have kids is more likely to show up just because they're like, I gotta fucking.
Is
take
Dick's
care of
really
this shit.
paying good wages?
No,
Let's
probably not.
think about it.
Not really. No, but it's just weird to me that like it's a weird dichotomy, right? To be like, hey, we will help you guys take care of it, but we're
But
not
they
gonna let
won't
you
provide
help you take care
maternity
of it.
leave. Maternity
Yeah,
leave.
isn't that weird? Isn't
What?
that weird? It's weird, right?
Yeah.
They don't. And tell me if I'm wrong, but I did read this that they do not offer maternity leave to most of their employees, but they will now offer travel expenses for people that want to get an abortion. It's just a weird thing.
That is
it's a weird part of society, right? Like it has to be a weird thing.
What do they do if they're pregnant and have a baby? Do they get fired?
Well, they can take it's unpaid. It's unpaid.
Okay.
My argument is I'm sure you can take maternity leave through
Like you
FMLA.
legally have to.
Through FMLA. Anybody can take
Yeah.
it anywhere for any job. You can take it through FMLA.
But it's not paid.
But it's not paid. But they're willing to give somebody $4,000 to go get an abortion. It's kind of weird. That's all I'm saying. It's a whittle wheel.
See, what I got
It's a
out of
whittle
it was
wheel.
they were going to stream
So what
the
they're
abortion
saying
in
is-
4K HD.
Yeah.
So what they're saying is everybody should get pregnant and then go get abortions so
Yeah.
they can get a raise.
Or just call your birth an abortion. I'm going to get an abortion at the hospital. I'm going to need a couple weeks off for this abortion. Okay, cool. And then you go and they're like, I aborted the baby, but now he's on my medical plan. They're like, hey, we thought you were getting an abortion. If the little fucker wouldn't die, he just walked right out.
Little prick.
This little bitch. I cut his arm off. I'm just kidding. I don't want to get too deep into what abortions do. It's pretty bad. I know the concept of an abortion in general scares the shit out of me, but I also I can't fathom the choice. You know what I mean? Like as far as people have to
Right.
make the choices they make. It's just like the whole concept of it. I think when you put it in people's faces, that's why like there's a lot of laws in like Republican states where you have to like get an ultrasound before you can. Like they want to like.
Well, they do that a lot of places. They
Yeah.
make you do the ultrasound. They make you like
Yeah.
see it and everything else.
You got to play catch with it before you get rid of
Yeah.
it. You got to teach it.
Make sure you give it a name first.
Teach you how to change a battery. Then you got to get rid
You got to know its eye color first. It's fucked up. No, but I mean, there are a lot of people that I think, if we could just extend abortion rights longer, there's some people that I would like to maybe take care of right now.
Cortni, you're not too old.
I can't have
Get rid of
kids.
You
I'm
can't.
good.
I
That's
can't
the-
either. I got a vasectomy.
Yeah, you did. So you just tell people you did it for.
You guys
like,
want to see the
did it for
incision?
abortion?
Yeah, I got
Yeah.
it for
Let me see.
women.
Women's rights, bitch.
I'll be honest with you. Since it's happened, Things don't sit right sometimes.
I know.
I'm being
I
dead
bet.
serious.
I
You got one
bet.
too, right?
No. You're one of the people that scared me away.
Yeah,
from
you're
it.
the kind of guy. You'd be the kind of guy to make her get her tubes tied, wouldn't you?
She did.
You seem
Rude.
yeah.
She did.
So
I didn't
rude.
make her.
That's way worse.
Nobody
on a
made her do
woman.
anything. I don't make women do anything.
You
I
gilded her.
didn't make her do it. I mean, I held the gun, but she decided. And nobody put a gun to her head. I put it to her abdomen. I'm just kidding. No, I'm just kidding. No, we were talking about it. We both had a
I just
conversation.
got alcohol in my eye.
My thing is like, I already have too many issues down there. Like, if I'm being honest, like I'm not. This is a podcast, so we're not going to get too deep into it. But like, I've got a varicocele of the veins, so I have a varicosus balls veins.
Just come on, tell everybody you're a thick boy.
Yeah,
Let's
I got
go.
some thick veins down there. You know what I mean? That's why, like, if you want mine, you're getting crunchy. You're not getting creamy. You're not getting creamy peanut butter from me. You're getting crunchy. I'm just kidding.
When you say that, all I can think about is seeing like the old ladies like legs with the varicose veins. I just see your dick just having varicose veins.
Dude, it's a fucking gigantic. It looks like a spider down there.
vines.
I got
Stop.
spider veins on my dick.
Just stop.
I'm just kidding. No, but I have varicose. It's just bigger veins, like thicker veins. But anyway, I have that on my and one of the things that happens is that can be like a side effect is like you can get backed up, like your seminal vesicles can get backed up to the point where like you have swollen testicles. There's so many complications from vasectomies, and I know a lot of people that have gotten them and then had to go back in and get. It's not uncommon to get a vasectomy and then 5 to 10 years later have to go back in and get another surgery to remove swollen like it's just, to me it's like, I don't know, man. I get it, I understand, like, but I grew up with a mom who had her tubes tied, so to me it's always been more like normal for tubes tied than it has been. But I think that's just
I've always known women get tubes tied, like my mom did too. Like I never heard of the vasectomies till I got older, and then I was like, it just made sense.
Yeah.
It's like one thing I think if they do it after they give birth, like if they do it during, because they're getting it done with. But if they have to go in all for a separate surgery, and if you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I had a C-section, so they did it while they were already
Yeah.
in. But like normally, if you have vaginal birth, you have to come back for a separate.
But
surgery.
I get your point too.
Yeah.
If you got varicose veins, if you got,
I feel like
swollen
it's just like with the COVID stuff. If you have comorbidities that make it more difficult to do like some type of like surgery like that, then you just don't want to do it. And to me, it's like I'm too afraid that I'll do that, and then it's no longer valid and useful. And I'm like,
I didn't get the vaccine because I don't want to be a sheep.
Yeah, fuck
So
that,
it's
dude.
good.
What? You think I'm gonna get a vaccine? Dude, I've had measles 12 times. I don't give a fuck, dude. Malaria, no problem. Malaria, isn't that like Obama's daughter? Malaria? I'm just kidding. That's terrible.
No, real quick, not to take away, but there's this guy that I work with. I don't work with him anymore, but he was like a huge conservative. Like, I ain't getting that. Goddamn, I'm never getting the vaccine.
Oh, shit.
Well, he also loves to go to like Thailand and dabble in like the ladies there, the cheap ladies. So like a couple months ago, I was like talking to him. I was like, "So you ain't ever going to Thailand again?" He's like, "I'm going here in a couple months." I was like, "So you got the vaccine?" I got the vaccine. it was gold. I was like, "So
You ain't taking my
the
freedoms."
ladies." Yeah.
I convinced the lady at work to get it too.
Yeah,
The one that had Trump as her background on her phone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like if you're a certain age, you should. Just,
real.
like for real. But then now, like, there's been a lot. I've seen a lot of like them pushing it on little kids. It's not good. There's been an increase in myocarditis in children because of this vaccine, and I'm not happy about that. Makes
After
me mad.
drag shows are trying to get them to get the vaccine.
Like, they're doing the splits. They're throwing dollars on there, and then they're like, pew, pokes them right in the arm. And then like, here you go.
Pfizer. Boop.
Yeah, Pfizer. That's coming to the stage next. Pfizer, and then she comes out. Moderna.
Hey, you can make our kids gay. Just don't give them the vaccine. Okay, I don't care about that.
Did you get the gay vaccine? It's a vaccine that makes it so you're
I
not gay.
did.
Yeah,
The
you did.
Yeah.
You did. You're no longer gay.
No,
Oh my!
straight now.
Congratulations!
She's
Congratulations!
I'm coming out as straight.
I'm coming out of straight. No, super straight. She's super straight.
The
now.
Fantastic Foursome.
Yeah, the Fantastic Four.
Wearing my flag colors.
Wait, watch out with that word.
I said flag.
Okay, I'm sorry, I didn't hear you.
What?
She's allowed to say she's got her pass.
Oh yeah, she does
Yeah.
it fast. No, you can't. You're not a man. You have to. It's only for men, right? That
Oh.
word.
I don't know.
That's old.
You have to be a gay man in order to say that.
I don't
word.
think so.
I think so.
I
Yeah.
don't think it's like being black.
Okay. Well, you wouldn't know anything about being black, would you?
No.
I don't know why I still have. I keep forgetting to turn the angle because I've been drinking. Sorry, guys, if you're just looking at Brian staring at me.
How's your drink, by the way?
The pineapple one's good. All right, the pineapple's decent. I think the best one is blue raz. You have
it
the
is
best
blue
one.
raspberry.
And then you got the peach. The last one is the regular pink lemonade, which I also think is delicious. But I'm forcing myself to drink the pineapple because it was cold, and I let Brian have the peach because the peach is delicious.
Yeah, and I only brought one blue raspberry because I didn't want to share the rest of mine with you.
Yeah, I have 3 in the fridge right now, but I told Shelby in this package she can have.
You
the
should
2
have
and
shared
I
me
have 1.
We don't gotta work, might as well get
traded
hammered,
one,
dude.
so I'd have a cold one.
I didn't think about that. Listen,
Care about you.
we're very proud of the work we're doing here on the Kokomo Press Podcast. We just want to let you guys know we believe in the right to choose, and we're glad you chose this podcast.
I mean it. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
I
You just
hate
want to
it
yell
here.
at me? Yeah, she
I
just wants
hate
to
it
yell at me.
here.
I hate it. You do have the right to choose which podcast you listen to.
Yeah, and I listen to My Favorite Murder.
I believe in the right to choose, and I choose to get a blowjob on the Oval Office.
You listen to the Right to Murder?
I listen to My Favorite Murder.
What's your? Why do women? I feel like there's something wrong in your guys' brains. Where you guys like, I need to know how they died specifically.
Yes.
I love it. It's just
I feel really weird listening to it because I'm like, these people are making money off of people that died.
yeah.
Isn't that weird? Like,
Yeah.
it's also weird because it feels
But
like.
it's so interesting to listen to. So I'm like, I can't stop.
What is interesting about like your worst case scenario? Like,
I don't
what
know.
is it?
I don't know.
You know they're sprucing it up.
Yeah,
They're
yeah.
like they're talking. I like some of that stuff.
Yeah, I watched the Our Father. That's the closest I got to it. So that's the closest I can get. I want to watch that Be Sweet and you
Be
guys know.
sweet and yeah.
Yeah.
Sweet,
What is it? It's something. It's a new documentary on Netflix. But
eat, pray, obey, or
eat,
something.
pray,
Sweet
eat, pray,
obey.
and eat, pray,
Eat,
love.
pray, love.
Eat, pray, love.
I don't fucking know.
Isn't that the movie with
It's
like,
Live, Laugh, Love.
It's Live, Laugh, Love. Shit,
Eat,
shower,
pray,
shave.
obey is that
Yeah.
Julia Roberts.
Be
movie.
sweet. Yeah, pray, be sweet. I don't know. I know my band's working on a new song, and it's about like reacting, like it's about like social media and reactions and people doing things. So I'm working on that. So hopefully,
Yeah, what's up with Greg? Are you got any upcoming shows or anything?
No, not for a while. Yeah, no, we're getting low on time. So let's go ahead and call it quits. Listen, guys, Greg Garden's got some shows coming up. I will keep you posted. The shirt is on if you want to see the shirt.
I almost wore my shirt, but then I remembered I don't like you.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that too. Well, the good news is you no longer have the right to choose to like me or not. The Supreme Court shot down your right to choose to like me. You have to.
Good, great.
You
Thanks.
have to like me now.
Yes, master.
If you want to get an abortion, you got to go through me. All right, I'm just kidding. I don't know. I think like I said, I am pro-choice. I will always be pro-choice. Yeah.
We've had this talk so many damn times. though.
Pro-choice. You chose to have that baby. I'm just kidding. I always love that. You chose to open your legs, bitch. Like that's what they're always like. You chose to open your legs, didn't you? And I'm like, well, some people didn't. Well, those people we're not talking about. We're not about the people though. I think if you're under the age of 18, you should be able to have an abortion up until 40 weeks. Just kidding. For real though, like somebody was like, hey, well, what if they're underage? And I'm like, yeah, you should be able to have an abortion at any time. Especially if you're trying to keep it in the family. I'm just kidding. That's fucked up.
And we're done.
And we're done. Hey guys, thank you guys for listening to Kokomo Press Podcast. I'm Jordan,
I'm Courtney.
I'm Brian.
and we will see you later. Tell your mom she's hot. Thank you for listening to this episode of the Kokomo Press Podcast. We really appreciate you. Check us out on Facebook, on YouTube, on Twitter, on Instagram, on all the social medias you can find us on. Or, if you want to, listen to us on Spotify, Apple, or, of course, our full video podcast is located on YouTube, the Kokomo Press. Don't forget about us. We won't forget about you. We love you. 2 kisses.